last class, we studied about fundamental rights. These rights are justiciable, included in the Constitution Part 3, enjoy a higher status, then impose limitations on the state. No legislature or executive can violate them. These are protected by right to constitutional remedies, and these fundamental rights are amendable and suspended during emergency. Okay, these are the fundamental rights we studied in last class. The main fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, freedom of religion, cultural and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. These are the main rights. Then right to freedom assure freedom of speech and expression, peaceful assembly, association, movement throughout India, residence and settlement anywhere in India, profession, occupation or business. Then right to property, that one deleted in 44th Amendment. Then all these rights are subject to reasonable restrictions and also protected by judicial reviews. These things we studied in last class. Now we can study about fundamental integrity, fundamental duties. Fundamental duties are defined as the moral obligations of all citizens to help promote a spirit of patriotism and uphold the unity of India. Then fundamental duties are defined as the moral obligations. We have some moral obligations, and for all citizens, for promoting spirit of patriotism and to uphold the unity of India. These duties set in Part 4A of the Constitution. They are held by Supreme Court to be obligatory for all citizens. Then it is mandatory for all citizens. The fundamental duties were included in the Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976. Okay, these fundamental duties included in Constitution by the 42nd Act 1976. It incorporated fundamental duty by inserting new Article 51A below Article 51, which belongs to Part 4A. We added new article and we added these fundamental duties. The recommendation were passed in 1976 and came into effect on 3rd January 1977. Then these recommendations were passed in 1976. Then originally 10 in number, the fundamental duties were increased to 11 by 86th Amendment in 2002. It was 10. Now it increased to 11. These duties were meant to bring our Constitution in line with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the Constitution of Japan, China and USSR. We know human rights are there. For these duties were meant to bring our Constitution in line with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It was adopted based on the recommendation of the Soren Singh Committee. Okay, all these fundamental duties adopted based on the recommendation of Soren Singh Committee. Soren Singh Committee was constituted by the Government of India in 1976. In 1976, when committee started, the objective of the committee was to study the questions of amending the Constitution in the light of past experience faced by the Constitution. Means the committee's duty was to amend Constitution from the past experience. The committee was constituted by Indira Gandhi soon after emergency was imposed in the country. After the emergency condition, Indira Gandhi started this commission. 42nd Amendment Act, which is also called mini constitution, amended many articles, and even the preamble was a result of the recommendation of this committee. Then 42nd Amendment Act was also called mini constitution, amended many articles, and the preamble was a result of the recommendation of this committee, Saran Singh committee. The 10th fundamental duties in the constitution were also added as the recommendation of Sardar Saran Singh committee. Then the inspiration for the part 4th A was the constitution of USSR, Soviet Russia. Then it is because USSR constitution directs the law maintenance or labor discipline and honesty should be observed in the performance of public duties, and also directs to respect the rules of the socialist community. Then constitution directs that law and maintenance or labor discipline. Then USSR constitution in this way emphasizes more on the citizens' duties and impose upon people some definite duties towards society and state. Through this one, we started to impose some duties towards society and state. Such fundamental duties are not seen in the constitution of USA, Australia, Canada, and among other democratic constitution the world except Japan, where we find mention of certain duties of the citizen similar to present in our constitution. Then we started certain duties for citizens similar to present in our constitution, like other countries also except Japan, where we find some duties similar to that present in our constitution. This is because all these countries' citizens have high sense of patriotism as a result of education, training, and elementary duties and obligations of citizenship. It contrasts to this generally argued that in India people lay emphasis only on rights, and it is often criticized that the Indian know only rights but not duties. Means some criticism are there. India people only know rights, they don't know duties. This was primarily the reason as to why fundamental duties were incorporated in the Constitution 1976 as per some expert. Then that reason only we given some importance in 1976, okay, because in India people, some criticisms are there, people don't know their duties, they only know their rights. Then what are the fundamental duties? First one, to abide the constitution and respect its ideals and institution, the national flag and national anthem. That one is the duty. We need to abide by the constitution and respect its ideals and institution, the national flag and national anthem. We need to respect national flag and national anthem and constitution and ideals and institution. This one is our first important duty. Next one, to cherish and follow. Then we know some noble ideals are there. We need then to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India. Next duty, we need to protect our sovereignty, unity, integrity of India. Next one, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so. When government is calling, that time we need to come for service, national service. To promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood among the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic and regional to value and preserve rich heritage of our composite culture. Then another duty to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures. We need to protect our environment. To develop scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. That one is the another duty. To safeguard public property and to abjure violence. Then next one, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individuals and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher level of endeavor and achievement. Okay. Next one, who is a parent or guardian? To provide opportunity for education to his child, as the case may be, what between the age of 6 and 14 years. Then we need to provide education for up to 14 years of children. Then fundamental duties constitute a constant reminder to the citizens that they have duties in building up of free, egalitarian, healthy and responsible society. That one is a duty. Then these are expected to act as damper to reckless and anti-social activities on the part of some individuals. For controlling, expected to act as damper to reckless and for anti-social activities. Then India, being a multiracial and multi-religious nation, can prosper only when the citizens of the country respect integrity. Means need to promote integrity, cultural harmony by doing their duty as citizens of the nation. Environmental pollution has become a great cause of concern. These duty remind us to keep our environment free from pollutants. We need to keep our environment free from pollutants. The inclusion of providing opportunity for education for children as a fundamental duty is a big step forward towards safeguard of human rights and abolition of social injustice. The inclusion of providing opportunity for education for children, that one is another duty. Then non-enforceable and non-justiciable in nature. As the state offers citizen fundamental right, it is the fundamental duty of each citizen of India to further national integration and contribute towards a better society. Means we need to promote promote each person. They have the fundamental duty for promoting the further national integration and contribute towards a better society. There is a major difference between fundamental rights and duties. Unlike fundamental rights, duties are non-justiciable. This means that no one can be punished in case of their violation or non-compliance of any fundamental duties. Then similarly, these duties are non-enforceable in nature. That is, no court can or any government body can directly enforce any of these duty on any particular citizens legally. Then, but if the state makes the law to prohibit any act or conduct in violation of any of the duties of the courts, would uphold that as a reasonable restriction on the relevant fundamental rights. Okay, for instance, a person who burns our national flag or violation of the duty of Article 51A cannot assert that it was burned by way of demonstration against the government should protect by the freedom of expression of right. In this respect, fundamental duties are similar that of directive principle as they stood in the Constitution of 1949. The directive principle lay down some high ideals to be followed by the state, whereas the fundamental duties lay high ideals for citizens. Here too, in both cases, violation does not invite any punishment. In this both cases, violation does not invite punishment. The section of fundamental duty was not a part of the original constitution. These were added to constitution much later. The idea behind the incorporation of fundamental duties was to remind the citizen of the country that they have certain obligations towards country and society. Then fundamental duties are for reminding citizens they have certain duties and they have certain obligation towards the country.